Hi, I'm Greg Wheeler, Mayor of the City of Bremerton, and I just want to thank you for joining me out here at Kitsap Lake. So when I was out doorbelling during my campaign, this lake was identified as one of the top priorities for our city. And it's not only just for the folks that live around this lake, but for everybody in our region that uses this. And if you're like me, you grew up on this lake. You know, you came out here, you fished, you swam. And so we're out here to discuss the things that put this in jeopardy, and also to discuss what we're doing about it. And right now there's an issue with its nutrient loading. What happens during storms and a lot of rainfall is water runs off and it drags the nutrients into this lake. The nutrients grow and they promote this algae bloom. And when that happens, it sucks the oxygen out of the lake, and then we get what we have off and on, which is a closed lake due to the high algae bloom. So there's a lot of focus out here. You know, we're not only with our park here and with our dock, this beautiful dock that we're going to be working on, but with the stormwater outfalls themselves. There's money that's out there to be sought. We are actively working on going out and getting it. And with this money, we're going to be able to start to get ahead of this problem of nutrients coming into the lake. Now this is just the start. So the city is stepping up and showing leadership. This is important. This is what our citizens want. And then after we get going on this, we identify that we're taking this seriously, and believe me, we're not going away. This will be a focus of our city as long as it takes to get it into tip-top shape. So as we go along, we will be asking for the public to join us and through an education process. And there'll be some outreach and things that the city can do, the public can do to help us. So I did bring along some folks to chat a little bit in more detail about it. I'm going to start with Jeff Elevado, our Director of Parks. Jeff?
Thank you, Mayor. We're happy to be here as well. Kitsap Lake is a real jewel in our city, and we are actually a property owner as well. Kitsap Lake Park, which sits on the south end of the lake, offers boat launch, parking, restroom facilities, fishing pier, and all of those things have been here for quite some time, and we're looking at doing some grant applications to make those improvements. We're also very active in the water quality question. We've known for years that Kitsap Lake has been challenged with water quality. It's what we consider a warm water or shallower lake, and these water quality issues tend to address the availability of the lake for the community. So we've been working with other departments in the city. We've been working with the county. Other county lakes are having the same challenges we do, so we're looking at a solution to that. Back in 2005, we did a pretty extensive study of the condition of the lake and actually did some treatment. But any treatment to the lake will have to be sustainable and have to be ongoing to solve the problem.
And so we have a chance, and chances I'm going to talk a little bit about the stormwater runoff portion. And what this does, it gets to the root of the problem. Jeff's talked a little bit about how we can do some immediate fixes, but long-term solutions are going to fall right into Chance's wheelhouse. So Chance, you want to chat a little bit about that?
Sure will, Mayor. So we have addressed or identified several locations where our stormwater outfalls go into the lake. And we're going to apply for grant funding to help develop a plan that will treat the water before it actually enters the lake. The treatment systems that we're putting in around town are working pretty well. So this system that we have in mind will probably reduce the sediment, the nutrients, phosphates, orthophosphates, nitrogen, the issues that are ultimately helping grow algae in the lake, which of course isn't a good thing. Part of our program will also include the public education and outreach, where we're going to be asking citizens to get involved a little bit with what we're going to do out here. I think in the long run, supporting Jeff in his project, he'll come up with a solution that will ultimately provide a sound foundation to build from to move towards improving water quality in the lake. And with the stormwater treatment retrofits we plan on doing, we'll have a good start. We'll still have to work on trying to eliminate runoff from local properties into the lake that carry nutrients as well. but it's a good start.
I want to reassure folks that the health of this lake is very important. And so you'll see some extra attention out here. We do have 36 parks in this city. So it's when you prioritize something, you're taking it serious. And so we're gonna prioritize this lake. Doesn't mean that any of the other parks will suffer, but the health of this lake is of immediate concern. So there's one other project I'm going to just chat about a little bit, and it's the Harlow Drive Safe Routes to School project. And you know, those projects have a number of tremendous benefits. You know, what you can do is create a walkable community. And I don't know the exact length of that. It's a little under 2 miles, but we're going to put in wide sidewalks, and we'll redo how we manage the stormwater runoff. So that'll be collected in a way that sends it to a place where it can be dispersed into the ground. And this is important because that runoff does end up in our lake. And so with a big long road like that, this is a considerable amount of stormwater runoff that we're going to be able to capture, which is going to help us in the long run. And who knows, you know, some folks may choose to walk down to the Kitsap Lake Junction and shop rather than get in their vehicle, which, you know, sometimes that kind of promotes environmental health too. But I think this is going to be great for the kids. Kitsap Lake Elementary School is going to enjoy this project. And it's just another example of some focus we're showing out here in this very important part of our city. So Chance, maybe you could fill in a couple more details on that if I didn't cover too much.
The Harlow project, I think it's called the Safe Routes to School. It's one of the funds that the engineering department is working on. Runoff for that particular project, they're looking at doing some infiltration, pervious sidewalks, which is a current BMP or a best management practice for handling stormwater. It's a low impact development technique. So that should handle quite a bit of the water. They did a perk test recently and had 6 inches per hour, which is phenomenal. That's great. So infiltration is a very good method for treating that stormwater. Areas that can't be infiltrated, or the amount that can't be infiltrated, will be conveyed to a treatment system before it's discharged into the lake. So we're working with that project as well, and there will be some water quality improvement from a treatment system with that.
So if you want updates, please visit our website. They'll be on there, and we'll be updating periodically. And if you need to chat or talk with me, I am available for phone calls anytime or a meeting in person if you've got something you do want to say to me. So thanks again for joining us. I appreciate it.